Well, you can take the man out of the police, but you can't take the police out of the man. We've seen this before, where retired plods seem to think they still have the ability to abuse the public and get away with it. This time, however, 38-year-old former Greater Manchester Police Constable Simon Hindley assumed that his previous role allowed him to take what he wanted. As Hindley appeared before a judge at Bolton Crown Court to answer allegations that he stole more than 75 grand from his new employers, MKW Heating Controls Limited. Simon, in his infinite police wisdom, worked as a parts manager for the company and used the company credit card to make thousands of pounds worth of personal purchases. He also sold company stock, keeping the funds for himself. John Kennelly, prosecuting, said that it seemed to the director that the defendant was very capable and that he was trusted without question by the other directors. And that's your first mistake. Trusting police, current or former. Simon had access to the company credit card for work-related expenses, but used it to buy expensive tools for his own personal use and marking the spending on the company's records as miscellaneous. Between August 2017 and March 2021, he stole more than 75 grand from the firm and had also been planning to sell stocks on to customers in Bangladesh. If he had succeeded, the money he would have cost the company could have totalled more than £80,000. Hindley was finally confronted by the company directors in March 2021 and admitted some of the fraudulent acts and repaid some of the money. Neem McGinty, defending Hindley, said, "There's little to be said to minimising this offending. This was a series of greedy and selfish offences against his employer and indeed his long-term friend." But she did argue that Hindley's actions were out of character and that he had shown he was capable of living a normal law-abiding life. Out of character? I beg to differ. It would seem that he acted completely within character. Judge Tom Gilbert accepted that Hindley was of previous good character and that he had paid back some of the money, but reminded the court of the devastating impact his action had had on his employers. Addressing Hindley, he said, when the fraud was uncovered, there were fears that the company would collapse, and members of staff speak of their feelings of betrayal at what you did. This was not a single isolated incident, but conduct over a number of years. Judge Gilbert, upon finding former Greater Manchester Police Constable Simon Hindley guilty, sentenced him to 2 years in prison. Apparently not suspended, for one count of fraud. Now, something to take away from this report, if you haven't already realised, is that it doesn't matter what somebody's done in their past, their previous good character, their upstanding position in society, or their job. There are certain types of people who gravitate towards those positions, not for the sake of making a difference to the people that they are to serve, but to make a difference to their bank balance and their power-hungry egos. I would rather hire someone who tells me they've been inside for murder than ex-plod, and that's the truth. At least you know where you stand with the murderer, but ex-police are as dodgy as they come and simply can't be trusted.